How's it going on? Chris Meshy cleaning was the file coast once again, and here it is, said filed coast. So very windy, bit breezy today. So I was supposed to do some 3-floored flats today and decided to mug it off. Quite frankly, it's I'd be a bit concerned about dropping the pole, etc., or it snapping in the wind. It's not worth it. So I've run a couple of quotes. I've done some window cleaning this morning, a bit more sheltered areas, etc. And the rest of the day I've spent giving quotes. So I have to tell this this story, just sort of share it with you. It just amuses me. So I've arranged to go give a quote, and I've gone there, and it's an elderly couple, sort of, around sort of mid-60s, early 70s sort of thing. And the gentleman comes out, and you sort of get an idea what the character's like, don't you? So he's like a ex-military type, sort of. I can relate, to be fair, but he's very much like right sort of thing, This is what I want it just so, sort of thing, you know what I mean? And so he asked for the quote for the window cleaning. God, it was just front of a house, nothing too strenuous, nothing drastic. £10 every 4 weeks, windows, frame, sills, doors, job done. Bust, right? So as far so I give the price to the customer, and he goes, right, okay, well, I don't want it every 4 weeks, I want it every 8 weeks. And I was like, right, well, we don't do 8 weekly, we do 4 weekly. Every 4 weeks on a Monday, because that's when I'm in the area, sort of thing. And I started ticking then over the price, and I got the feeling that I got the feeling that it was the wife that wanted the windows done, because she was very sort of amenable, she was very sort of helpful, very welcoming, if you like. I got the feeling that she wanted the windows cleaning, and he was like, right, I'll get him in, I'll throw a little bullshit his way, and he'll not want to do it, he'll give us a daft price and he'll walk off, sort of thing. And I was just like, well, okay, fine. I gave a price what I thought was worth the job, and he then starts sort of putting barriers in the way. And in the end, I sort of, politely, again, I don't want to get into a scrap with anyone or have an argument or anything like that. I just said, right, okay, well, if you change your mind, you know where we are. And I go to walk off, sort of thing. And they're stood in the doorway of their house, and the lady sort of steps past the gentleman and says, can you just wait? Can you just give me a minute? Sort of thing. I was like, yeah, sure, no dramas. And then I realised what was happening. Door shuts, right? Put it this way, I now know that guy's middle name. She started giving him hell and all this sort of stuff. It was like, what was it? It was like John Samuel Smith and all this. I'm like, oh dear, I'm getting on the wrong side of her. But it's funny, isn't it? How like you get a dynamic, don't you, of sort of people's relationships, and sort of say, well, I wear the trousers in this house and all this sort of stuff, and I tell you what, he got a gobful. And I think he kind of thought, oh, well, I was the other side of the door, he didn't really hear me. I heard every single syllable. And sort of sat there, a bit awkward, sort of stood there a bit like, oh, well, yeah, sort of, as she comes out, sort of thing. And she sort of says to me, 4 weekly is fine. When can you do them? And I was like, I can do them today if you want me to. She's like, perfect. And just walks off back into the house. I've got to laugh. But, yeah. It's funny, like you say, people's self-interest sort of appeal, will take over sometimes. And, you might have a situation where one half of that couple doesn't want to spend the money. And it's just a case of you put your price out there, and then basically whoever makes the decision in that house will sort of step forward, and yeah, if they're not in charge, they get put in the place. So funny as anything. Anyway, keep on keeping on, boys and girls. You have to see the funny side of what you do sometimes, don't you? It kind of makes it worth it. But yeah, anyway, I shall see you in the next video. Keep on keeping on. Take care.